What's going on, guys? It's Deathmark here. Today we're going to be talking about something rather interesting here in Verdansk in Warzone. Basically, for those who don't know, there's currently a rather interesting Easter egg that's currently going around at the moment, which involves, as you guys can see, first of all, the note here, which is talking about the zombies, which, of course, came onto the map back in the day of Warzone, and interestingly, don't forget about the Fortnite ship. Basically, before the nuke event happened for the destruction of the Verdansk live event, there was, of course, zombies that came from the Fortnite ship, which was outside the island, came onto the map, tried to take over the island, which I think they were successful in doing before the actual nuke hit. But this note came up with something interesting. Madame, you may have received a letter just 1 day ago about your husband's death. Please disregard. I'm delighted to inform you that he is in fact making a full recovery. He's awake, albeit disoriented, and already has quite an appetite. I believe he will be up and walking again in no time. The main text is covered by blood. So this, as you guys can see, is actually referencing these zombies that were actually have laid here since the nuke went off. So that is really interesting, to say the least. Let me know what you guys' opinions of that in the comments box down below. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly nab this helicopter over here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to make my way all the way over to hospital. Then I'm going to go over to stadium. I think there may be go over to quarry after that. So basically there's all sorts of various different notes. So this should be really interesting. So I think what we're going to do is make my way over to hospital, then onto stadium, then to quarry is the plan. Just trying to remember where the holidays. Which way's hospital for me? Over there, right. There is another one that I'm trying to remember where it is at the moment, so you have to bear with me on that. So I'm still trying to put that piece together at the moment. So if you guys make your way all the way over to, big pardon, there's this tall building here. Got my buildings mixed up. It's this one that you need to go to. Find a way down. See if I can remember which room it's in.
Be advised, cash drop is inbound.
On the stairs. Is it this room? It's close. I know we're close. So I can't go up. On this floor. Is it? It looks like it was fairly high up, so I think it, from my understanding, I don't understand why I can't get through this way, but it doesn't make much sense to me. It's not this room. This room. No. This room? Here we go. So as you guys can see, there's another note right here. The owner of this phone, how old is this thing? I couldn't track it down since there are no safe numbers or data. I also don't want to touch it because it seems to be covered in blood. I hope whoever was injured got stitched up, so I'm just leaving it in case you come back to find it. I hope you do. I know how it feels to forget my phone at home. It's torture. So this phone actually supposedly belonged to Stitch from, I think it was the Black Ops series, if not mistaken. So that's just really interesting. Now, he was one of the main antagonists back in the day, so it's really weird to see how he's actually dealing with like a brick phone like that. So that is really interesting. Let me know what you guys' views and opinions are. There's nothing in this box down below. Now I'm going to get myself somehow back up to the roof. Let's see. Okay. So the next one we're going to go to is, I'm sorry if I'm going all over the place on this island at the moment. So the next one I'm going to go to is in the direction of Stadium near the fire station. Now, I'm pretty sure I mentioned about the nuke that hit the island, or hit the map. If you go to its exact location of destination, if that makes sense, which is right here, just next to the fire station nearby to Stadium, you will actually notice there's another interesting note been left behind, which I don't know if it was an accidental troll by Call of Duty themselves. Here we go. But it reads, "Don't forget to tighten the screws, otherwise the missile might not detonate, resulting in a catastrophic non-explosion that won't be the end of Verdansk. Signed, Miss L, Supervisor." So, Miss L we've got numerous theories into who Miss L is. Now, it could be play on words, so it could potentially be missile. R1.
Enemy deployed an advanced UAV.
I spammed it! God dang it. I was like spamming the flares, nothing happening. I thought I was supposed to put it off, not attack it. God dang it. So, if I can get over there, the idea of what I'm going to do next, I'm going to head over to Quarry. Now, I don't know how far that is away. Quite away. Right, okay. Is there any vehicles between us and there? Few.
Tag a vehicle.
Is any further up? I haven't got much of a choice, have I? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head on down here.
I'll drive.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to Quarry, and I'm going to show you guys a few rather interesting things over there. Now, interestingly,
Enemy advanced UAV is active.
got all sorts of information to suggest. Now, before the Season 3 Reloaded update, there was a interesting... Second, where's Building 5 at? Is this Building 5? Yes. So, Building 5 actually does contain... will you let me climb the ladder, please? Building 5 actually does contain a couple of one interesting Easter egg, first of all, which is the red door. Also, a little update here for you guys. I'm pretty sure most of you guys will be familiar with the graveyard Easter egg. There is actually a shovel at this location right here. Also, there's a note here for the red door which reads, "This door must remain closed due to unforeseen disappearances. We are sorry for the inconvenience. Signed, Administration Office." So it's looking like Activision, Call of Duty, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, yada yada yada, list goes on. I've lost interest in doing anything law related as such. Call of Duty, the way it's going right now, it's not looking particularly good
I'll drive.
in terms of doing anything law as such for Warzone. We don't know whether it has anything to do with the fact that either actors are being replaced with AI, which I know is a really talked about subject, which is interesting, or whether it has anything to do with the recent acquisition between Microsoft and Activision. So we'll have to wait and see. we could doesn't rule out the fact that we could potentially be seeing more live events in the future. I'm saying that it won't necessarily have been the storyline behind them as such. So I'm going to see if I can find where's the upstairs of this place. So that's rather interesting. Now another one, for those who don't know, is actually found inside this building in the corner. Now if you go to the top floor, you notice it's like a kind of like a living quarters, I suppose. Now before the update, there was actually a purple vial from Modern Warfare Zombies on this bed. Now of course it's not there now, so we don't know why it's not there now. Doesn't really make much sense. Excuse the
ready to deploy.
my stick drift issue that I got, but that is really interesting, to say the least. Let me know what you guys' views and opinions are of that in the comments box down below. Should they bring back like low live events, or it looks like they're doing it at the moment just for fun. Well, that's what it appears to be anyway. So. But this is really interesting to take note of. Now I'm going to have to see if I can find myself a...
LDBR, ready for launch.
Okay, can I have multiple of these? No. Really, really interesting stuff. Now I'm going to have to see if I can find another note.
I'll drive.
So I've visited 4 of them already so far. I'm going to see if I can find a 5th one, if I can remember where all of these are. Now, there is, like, a couple of others that I know of, but they're really on the other side of the map. So I'm going to see if I can make my way over there here for you guys. If not, it might have been a separate match, but let's see how well I get on. The next one I'm planning to go to, if I find it where it is it military base? Oh, loss of pass. Hang on a minute. Where's the loss of pass? I think it's this one here.
Target location.
Now, earlier on, I mentioned about the Easter egg, which involves the wine bottles from, I think it's Fortune's Keep. Now, there is actually a note beside that which actually partially triggers the actual live event to actually happen, so to speak. Oh, no, don't go up there. This is going to be a little bit hard to control. So far, really interesting. The other thing that remains unanswered at the moment is why have they decided to
Supply crates have been
do it this way?
Load up.
That's the only question I'm asking myself right now. Hang on, is it this? Doesn't look right. Hang on a moment. I think I've called this wrong. Is it that one? Hold on. It's that one. I thought I had the locations right, but no, I haven't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my way all the way over to that location, across the frozen river, lake, whatever you want to call it. There's something at Lozov Pass, but I've forgotten what that one is, to be honest with you. Hang on. Is that station? No, it's not. Right, it's right here. So basically what you do is in this building, right here, on our left. So this one actually does contain a rather interesting note, which reads, "This shelf will need to be filled with bottles, otherwise it will be too easy to discover the secret lever, and I want to keep my fortune." Hence the reason why it says K and F are both capitalized. So that is really interesting there.
I'll drive.
That's off in the vehicle again. I'm going to see if I can make my way south. Oh, jeez. Now, the next one I'm going to go over to is, I don't know, I can't remember if there was a note inside of the secret room at Storage Town. I can't remember if there was a note inside of there or not, but I think there is. But I have covered that in a separate video. Now, another note I want to show you guys is over at Boneyard, which is really interesting to say the least. Now, basically, there was like a rather cool, I wouldn't say it was an Easter egg, but it was possible in the original version of Verdansk to actually get killed by loadout drops falling on top of you. So, this was a rather cool reminder, if you will, back in the OG days of Verdansk, where you could actually get eliminations just by supply drops falling on top of you as such. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my way inside of Boneyard. Now, you can actually find this if you look for the area known as Scrapyard. For those who are Call of Duty veterans will know that location. It should be right here if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just going to mount this wall. Here we go. So as you guys can see, we've got a rather interesting soldier getting flattened by a loadout drop that fell from the sky. So, and there actually is a note on the ground of this. There's like a reference to it. By calling in this loadout drop, you accept that the manufacturer is not liable for any misuse of the product leading to injury or death from above. Please read this aloud to any individuals located underneath the product. So that is a really cool Easter egg, or a reminder of an Easter egg, I suppose. Let me know what you guys' views and opinions are of this in the comments box down below. Now, I believe there's a couple of others. I haven't quite nailed down exactly where these are located at the moment, but just see if I can remind myself of where a few of these are. Don't think there's any around there. Don't think there's anything around there. Storage Town are covered. I think there might be one other in prison. Just trying to remember. I can't remember exactly where that one is, but really keen to hear what you guys' views and opinions are of this rather interesting video. Let me know in the comments box down below. I'm keen to hear what you guys' views and opinions are. If you haven't already, make sure you guys check out all my previous Easter egg videos, which I will leave linked in the description. Very, very interested to hear what you guys' views and opinions of this rather interesting development. So it doesn't appear to be any law anymore as far as the notes are concerned after the original versions of Verdansk, but I don't know if they're doing it for fun, whether there's a reason behind it, or I'm a bit puzzled as to why they decided to not continue the law of Warzone, or what it appears to me that they've. I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you.
Enemy advanced UAV overhead. Time to flight 5 seconds. Out. Enemy advanced UAV is active. Enemy advanced UAV overhead. Enemy deployed an advanced UAV. Target grid struck. No casualties.
Okay.
We failed to complete the objective. Stand down. Interesting. So let me know what you guys' views and opinions are. If you've managed to spot any Easter eggs that I've not covered, or any notes that I've not covered, let me know in the comments box down below. I'll keep you guys updated on the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out.